to this. We need building confidence. Everybody is talking about confidence building measures. But what kind of confidence building measures might be successful and yield positive results? This is the important question to answer. Confidence building should build mutual understanding, and to this end, these activities should be as apolitical as possible. If possible, of course. So they should be either in relation with or be a part, they should not be either in relation with or be a part and parcel of the solution. Confidence building activities should not compel changing the positions of the parties vis-à-vis the solution. Otherwise, success will not be possible. So we have to think, we have to discuss, we have to analyze the ideas and find a compromise on these matters. For example, we are in a university now, we are discussing this type of issues in a university. For example, establishing a joint university or high school in the buffer zone. Education in 3 languages, Turkish, Greek, and English. Or some more additions might be possible. Play gardens, zoo for children, again in buffer zone, to make children to come together, to play with each other, to understand each other's ideas, the reasons of their behavior, and everything. Starting or launching Greek language teaching in all or some Turkish Cypriot schools, in parallel, Turkish language teaching in Greek Cypriot schools. And preferably with active teachers in the schools of the other community schools, accompanied by educational materials. Joint TV programs produced by partner stations of both sides, maybe with subtitles at the beginning, and then helping to teach also language to the other community. Speed up the restoration activities of the cultural heritage monuments. This is a very valuable activity which is going on quite successfully for the time being. And we have to speed up these activities. Introducing human rights education, maybe first in schools, then in different walks of life, using compatible means. Because mentioning human rights means different things in both communities. We have to create convergence on this type of concepts also. And to do this, it would be quite useful, I guess, to have human rights education in our schools. Organizing friendly sport activities. Maybe it is not easy for the time being because it is highly politicized to organize common sport organizations, but friendly ones are possible, I guess. And it will help. Cooperation for the sake of communication, cooperation in GSM communication systems. As far as I know, there are some developments on this issue, as far as I know, as I said, which is it will be very useful for building confidence between Cypriots and Greek Cypriots, and also helping the civil society organizations to organize joint activities, to always be in touch and have continuous communication with each other. Cooperating and coordinating the vehicle insurances. Single valid insurance in both sides would be very useful for having more frequent visits to the other side. Unfortunately for the time being, this problem is still unresolved. So working on this matter would be quite worthwhile, I think. Of course, many others, but all to increase the level of understanding each other. This is very crucial. I want to make a remark regarding the future of our country. For having a durable and sustainable unified country, two requirements have to be fulfilled. One would be harmony in education, including harmonization of curriculum, which has been underestimated until now. I think this is very important in order to help community members to understand each other in future also. During the new state of affairs which will prevail after a solution. And second, and I think even more important, some kind of relationship in political lives of the communities, meaning some kind of need for Greek Cypriot politicians, for political parties, and of course Turkish Cypriot political parties and politicians, to have relations with Greek Cypriot voters and the vice versa. One good example to this might be the idea of cross-voting. Separate, completely isolated political life of Turkish Cypriots and completely isolated political life of Greek Cypriots should not exist. some kind of relationship would be extremely helpful in order to keep the extremists a bit apart from the political life of United Cyprus. Or at least encourage them to reshape their policies, which would be the case, I guess, if there will be a need to somehow get in touch with the other community. Those political circles would be obliged to act accordingly and reshape their policies. And now, of course, I have to say a few words about the benefits of the solution. First of all, natural gas, to be a prospect for economic growth, solution is the best choice. I don't say the only way, but it is the best choice. With a solution, Turkish ports of Turkey and airspace will open immediately.
Παρακαλώ, πάρτε τις θέσεις σας.
Ρίξα καπνογόνο μέσα.
Παρακαλώ, πάρτε τις θέσεις σας. Παρακαλώ, πάρτε τις θέσεις σας. Δεν είναι ο τρόπος να αντιδράσουμε με αυτόν τον τρόπο. Please take your seats. Please take your seats. Παρακαλώ πάρα πολύ, πάρτε τις θέσεις σας να συνεχίσουμε. Μην τους αντιδράσετε να πετύχουν διακόπτοντας την εκδήλωση. Παρακαλώ πάρα πολύ, δεν είναι το θέμα μας τώρα αυτό. Σας παρακαλώ, καθίστε να συνεχίσουμε. Λοιπόν, παρακαλώ πάρα πολύ, καθίστε. Εσύ δεν πρέπει να μιλάς. Εσύ δεν πρέπει να μιλάς. Λοιπόν, μπορούμε τώρα να συνεχίσουμε. Παρακαλώ πάρα πολύ, παρακαλώ. Καθίστε παρακαλώ, κύριε εσείς. Παρακαλώ, please, take your seats. Take your seats. Let's continue, Mr. Talat.
As I said,
Τώρα θέλετε να ακούσουμε τι έχει να πει ο κύριος Talat ή να ακούσουμε τι έχουμε να πει ο ένας του άλλου.
As I said, Turkish ports and airspace will open immediately with a solution. With the solution, Cyprus market will grow by 35% with the joining of Turkish Cypriot market. Credibility will increase and give a further boost to the economy. Property problem will come to an end. All the deprived people will get their losses. Hundreds of thousands of Cypriots will come back with their capitals. A lot of investment will take place in Cyprus. Lots of professional employments will take place. Future unknownness will end and more long-term projects will be prepared and implemented. I want to give a few examples. In tourism, actually a few ideas which I think are realistic. Now, 2 million tourists come to the Greek Cypriot side, and around 300,000 to the Turkish Cypriot side. With the synergy of solution, this figure will go much higher than 2,300,000, maybe to 5 million. The other sectors will also grow tremendously, and the present economic crisis will reverse to economic growth. We heard from the news, you also did the same. Very recently, a report prepared for the Cyprus Peace Dividend Conference in Brussels, organized by PRIO. The Cyprus Peace Dividend, revisited by Fiona Mullen, Alexander Apostolides, and Mustafa Besim. The striking figures regarding economic benefits of the solution were mentioned in this report. Of course, I don't want to give the figures, but I want to mention only a few of them. Interesting figures, as I said, with 212 prices, constant 2012 prices, million euros. For example, wholesale and retail trade will have an annual growth of 1,900 million euros, which means almost 2 billion euros. Construction, more than 1 billion. Financial and insurance activities, more than 1 billion. And many others. All the sectors will grow tremendously. Are these figures realistic? Are they true? To my opinion, definitely yes. With a solution, as I mentioned about property problem, deprivation of human rights will end. The role of Cyprus in the region, in the European Union, and in the world will increase higher than its actual capacity. With solution, it is obvious that Turkish military will withdraw. And Turkey, although now is thought as a threat for Greek Cypriots, it will become a strength with a solution. A market of 70 million will be besides Cyprus, and a friendly Turkey will be a strength for all Cypriots. And of course, the security concerns will come to an end. So, work for solution. We have to encourage the leaders, and we have to give confidence to each other by trying to understand our concerns. So, I think it is the time to finalize this 5-decade-long Cyprus problem. Even sometimes they say more than that, and establish a peaceful country, a unified Cyprus, a reunified Cyprus. And for this, of course, as I mentioned earlier, start immediately from now to rebuild peace culture in the island. Will solution continue, but start from now. That's all that I wanted to say for the time being, and I want to, of course, hear the questions in order to answer.
Thank you, Mrs. Talat, very much. I have detected that some, or at least almost all of these suggestions, Mr. President, suggestions, open up a chapter for a glorious contribution by the United States and the European Union to provide a solution to this question in Cyprus. It's up to you now. Before I give you some time to think of your questions, and until you do that, I'd like to say the following. What we have experienced tonight underlines the importance of finding a solution yesterday, not tomorrow, yesterday. The fact is that a small group of people among the Greek Cypriots and a small group of people among the Turkish Cypriots, they protested a couple of days ago against the decision of the Educational Council of the Turkish Cypriots to introduce the Greek language in school. They are working together, promoting exactly the same target, purpose. Which is what? Just put your question.
Okay, that is your understanding. That was the issue that I was trying to explain. We have to understand each other. We have to understand each other. That will be the beginning of proceeding to a solution. I didn't mean that the solution is just a trivial issue between the two countries.
Under these conditions, please tell me, Mr. Talat, do you trust these people? And are you going to advise us not to be afraid and stand up against Turkey and tell them to leave us alone so that we can solve our problem with our neighbors, the Greek Cypriots? Please, this is my question. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yes, I mentioned in my speech that we need to understand each other. If we start to understand each other, we will trust each other. Because all we are Cypriots, Turkish Cypriots and Greek Cypriots.